Hi, welcome to Passion for Life with Dee and Friends, and I'm Dee, and this is my friend Theta.
Hello, everyone.
And we are here to share with you about the awareness of health and the awareness of our bodies, because we need to know what's going on with our bodies, because otherwise you can't live a full life. So that's my passion, and to share with you about our bodies. And what's your passion about?
My passion is to live as long as I can, as young as I can.
Okay, that's cool. So we're here to share. And last week, actually, every week we share something different. And so if you're tuning in for the first time, you may not really know what we're doing and what we're trying to really proceed with this. And well, last week we talked about cancer,
Yes.
and it's a big category. And but we got a little points here and there. And you know what? It always seems to lead to the same thing.
Yes.
Like you have to really know what you're putting into your body and then listen to your body.
Exactly.
So, we're trying to just let people know that they have to listen to their bodies. So today we're going to be talking about kidney disease and hypertension and all that not good stuff, but, just to make people aware of what's going on with their bodies. So, but before we go there, I'm going to talk about how was your week?
My week was very, very, very good. This morning, I did go to my aunt's funeral, which we talked about cancer last week. And then the next day, I find out that she was gone. I said, well, what happened? He said she had cancer. I did not even know she had cancer. But the thing about our bodies is we can take a beating for years. And if we keep ignoring the situation, what's going on in our body is going to say, hey, we've lost the war. And it's just so sad that maybe she could have gotten, I don't know. I know that she has been trying to get help, because no one wants to go.
Well,
But I'm just sad that, she's not here anymore.
yeah, well, you know what? It's like suffering. And the thing is, if you really listen to your body, and I know I was actually, one of those people that really didn't listen to my body, So I've taken a beating over the years, I'm getting better, but let me tell you, it has been some challenges that in terms of, I can be an expert on so many things, when I start doing my research and realizing, oh my gosh, I have an autoimmune disease. Oh, I didn't have cancer, but I had something like similar to cancer, in terms of I had my tags and moles and stuff like that. And then I also have my weight issue, because I feel like fat is actually working like cancer. It gets fed like cancer, and it just grows and grows and grows uncontrollably if you don't do the right thing and it feeds your body the right way.
Exactly.
So there's so many things that, and then hypertension, what we're talking about now, my family and what have you. So, and then cancer in my family. Okay, even if I don't have it, I know so many people in my family and in other families that have had so much of these things. So that's why I look at people and some people you look at and they're like your age, and you're like, wow, they have really allowed their bodies to really take a beating.
Right.
And it's so sad.
Yes.
It's
Yes,
like,
it
it doesn't
is.
have to be like that.
I know.
You
Be proactive rather than
Look at that.
reactive.
Look like us, It's like,
Really?
come on.
Oh,
Because,
my.
first of all, we're both in our 50s,
Yes.
I try to get young people on, but couldn't find no young people today. Although maybe we'll have a guest that is a little younger. But, you try to get young people because, they don't realize that this is something that they have to start early.
Yes,
You know?
exactly.
'Cause if they don't start early, they're going to end up, like beat down, looking old and tired and
Yep.
and just, they, oh yeah, we can party and what have you. And like, guess what? I could party just like everybody else.
Exactly.
But the
You know
thing
your limits.
But you know your limits, and you have to get the rest. You got to have the right fuel in your body. You have, like you say, that analogy. She has a little analogy that she'd be talking about the car. You can share.
Well, actually, one of my analogies is with the car. If you don't keep it fueled up, it's not going to go. You're on a highway, you're driving this beautiful scenery. You say, Then you look on E, and you say, why my car stopped? Because it's on E, because you didn't fuel the car properly.
Right.
Or you didn't change the oil, or you didn't maintain it.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of times we would buy a car, if it has a ping in it, or a little, we're going to immediately take it right back and say, there's something wrong with this car, I want this fixed right now.
Right.
But yet, I said, I have a little cold, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
I have a little, I'll be all right. And then it constantly builds and builds
Yeah,
and builds,
yeah.
and then, say, what happened?
Right. And
He's
you just don't
healthy,
listen.
and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
what happened to a person?
Yeah, exactly.
Because they didn't listen.
You have to listen. You listen to everything else, but you don't listen to your
your
body.
body.
So it's so sad, because people are dying because they didn't put the right fuel, they didn't put the right kind of foods in their body, and they don't give themselves the right supplements. They'll go and beat their bodies down. And you know what? I have a cocktail here and there. And it's okay.
Right.
But don't overdo it. You have to. Well. Certain things you really got to stay away from, though, because we're finding out that sugar is really deadly. Certain things are really, really bad for you.
Exactly.
And you kind of, I'm addicted, I'm not even going to deny it. I am so addicted. And a lot of these things are leading to all these diseases. They don't even know. They say, well, we don't know why this is happening. We don't know why this is happening to our bodies. But a lot of people are finding about the sugar, and it's the food, and then you have your GMOs, and you have all the pesticides and all the chemicals. It's just so scary.
Yes.
It's like, how do you live? Your water, you oh my gosh, everything that you have to sustain your life,
Right.
is something wrong with it.
Right. It's just so scary that this is like the first generation that they say of children that may not outlive their parents.
Yeah, it's
bad.
I don't
Scary.
know. Oh
It's
my
very,
gosh.
it's very scary because of
know?
the sugar and everything that they're beaten down with, the fast food, and
The
you
processed
find so
foods.
much in
Yeah,
processed food.
yeah.
It's just really, really bad.
Yeah.
It's scary.
So that's why we decided we're going to share this, and we've been sharing this for the last couple of weeks now, and we got to promote it a little better, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we
Yes,
do.
we do.
Because I think this is. I personally, I know this is important to people, and I know I'm not savvy with the Facebook and all that kind of stuff, so I got to have my friends help me out a little bit, so that I can get out there and promote it a little bit. And so you're going to have to help me. But the thing is, it's all about promotion and getting, so if you like what you're seeing right now, you got to share it with people. Right now this is live. Yeah, it's live. So if I make a boo-boo or whatever, this is just me. And, right, Theta. Did I introduce you? I don't even know what I said because I am D, and this is Theta. And hello. I don't even know, this is live. But we will be on like Ustream and YouTube, so you can see us anytime. You could repeat it, and you miss something, you'll see something else. Watch our old shows, and check us out. Because I think we've done some real interesting subjects, and we're trying to get here and do it and continue doing it. For as long as we can be here. But we still have to pay the bills.
Yeah.
But but I really do enjoy it. I really do enjoy what we're doing. And
I enjoy it too, and I thank you for having me.
Well, I
It's
thank you for
together.
coming
Thank
out.
you so much.
It's like, but with hypertension, You know, we know a lot of people with the hypertension, and like we
Yes.
do with the cancer, and then we did the autoimmune disease, and we did women's issues last another day, and weight management. And you know what? It's like, as I said, everybody I know, me or I know somebody personally, and I know that you know, and I'm talking a lot, and aren't I?
No, you're good.
Oh, okay, okay.
You're good,
Because, you
you're
know,
good.
it's like, it's just you and me right now. You
Right,
know, we're
right,
supposed to
right.
have some
So-
more folks coming, but
Yes.
there's a possibility of just be you and me. That's all right. But, you know,
okay.
you handle your business, and
Right.
we're going to get this information out
Most
to
definitely.
people. And, you know, it's about living longer and healthier and just trying to enjoy life.
Exactly.
You know, we actually had we went to a little party before we came, you know, didn't we? And just celebrating a little bit here and there. And then we said, well, tonight I got another celebration, so we're going to go and hang out a little bit. And, you know, and they're like, you worked all week? Yeah, because I have energy. Because
Exactly.
I'm putting the right fuel in my body. And I'm able to hang out
Right.
and do the right thing.
Exactly.
And enjoy life, you know? Right?
Exactly.
Okay. You know, and you look fabulous for your age, too, you know.
Thank you.
So,
I'm only 54.
only 54?
That only.
Well, I'm
54
only...
years young.
I will be 57 this year.
Congratulations.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
glad that you are still here because lots of people who may be in their 40s or 30s
Yeah.
may look like they're 60s
Yeah.
or may not even be here anymore.
know.
So every day is a blessing.
Yeah,
that
I
we're still
was
here.
looking. I met somebody today, and when I asked him how old he is, and it's so terrible, but I have a habit of asking how old your chronological age, because we do have this instrument, you know.
Right.
And we've all been scanned, and it's not about your chronological age, because it is all about your inside, you know, how old is your body, and this will be a new medical marker.
Right.
So this gentleman, I thought he was a little older than me, and come to find out, he was like 7 years younger than me. So I was like, oh,
Wow.
okay, you know, but and he knew. He said, well, you know, yeah, I feel a little older than the average, and I probably will scan a lot higher than what I am. And it is because of what,
his lifestyle
yeah,
and what he's taking
yeah,
into his body.
yeah.
you know.
So it's,
Yeah.
it's so sad, you know, that people are actually doing that to their bodies, and they know about it, you know.
Right, right.
I don't know, you know, but anyway, you know, we just have to do the best for our family and for us.
Exactly.
And bring the best nutrients to us so that we won't have these challenges, you know. So that's the most important thing. So you want to start talking about a little bit about the hypertension?
Right. Well, I did a little bit of research on it.
Okay, cool.
And I found that when you have hypertension, is that your arteries, they're working against the blood flow.
Okay.
And you have thickening of the blood, and so it's making your heart work harder to
yeah.
get the blood going.
Right, right.
And so it causes hypertension.
Right.
And also found out that 110 over 75 is pretty good.
Yeah.
And then when it's 140 over 90,
That's
it's
when
a little bit
yeah,
high. But I
yeah.
was like, what do those numbers mean?
Right.
But it was like systolic pressure
Right.
and systolic pressure,
Exactly,
which is the
exactly.
pressure going out and the pressure going in.
Right.
So one of them is the number on top, and one of them is the number on the
Right,
bottom.
right.
I was like, wow, that was so interesting.
But you know what it is? Like,
So-
they say that, oh, yeah, well, the bottom number is worse if you have it higher than, but you know what? It
It's
doesn't
still
make a difference.
bad.
Yeah,
I mean,
either
if it's
one. 'Cause
over-
you know, like, hypertension actually in my family is it's very, very bad. My dad actually had hypertension, and I think I told you all the story last night. And he was diagnosed with it, and he loved salt. He loved salt, and so he was, I guess, hypertensive. And then all of a sudden, he actually joined some kind of clinical trial.
Trials.
And you got to really be careful when you do something like that.
Yeah, because you don't know what they're giving you.
You don't know what they're
and
giving
you're
you.
signing off, and they're saying this is A, this is a placebo, and this is maybe this or maybe that or whatever, but you don't know what
And you have no clue.
they're given.
So he was going there, and I wasn't really in his, I was there, but, he was living his life, I was living my life. So I really didn't, like, check him out like maybe I should have,
Right.
Because he was, hey, I was probably in my 40s at that point, and, hey. I call him up occasionally, but he had his girlfriend, and I had my wife, and whatever.
Right.
But when I saw him, I said, something's not right, And all of a sudden, I realized something was going on with him. Mm-hmm. And he tells me about this clinical trial that he's involved mm-hmm. with and what have you, with his hypertension. Right. And I was like, you don't look right. We need to get you to the doctor. Right. Well, his pressure was it was so high. And by the time I got him to the doctor, it was over 200 for the top, and then about 180 or so. And they said he was he was about to stroke. Wow. But you know what? I'm going to come back to this subject. Okay.
Yes, I'd like to hear more.
Because, I'd be forgetting sometimes. Okay. So we're just going to go to a commercial break, and we will be right back. Okay.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidisciplinary practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our two offices. Thank you.
With Dee and Friends. And I'm Dee.
And I'm Theta.
And thanks for coming back and staying tuned. And I guess I'm going to finish my little story.
Yes.
So where was I? Okay. So he was in
The
this
clinical trial.
clinical trial, and he wasn't looking good. So I happened to go by there, and I said, "We're going to the doctor." And then he had this very high pressure, and they
Wow.
said that he needed to be on some other medication. So I was like, "Well, what's up with that?" You know, but come to find out, when he went to the doctor, now his creatinine levels were high.
Wow.
Okay, and that indicates that there's some challenges with his kidney. So I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, and come to find out, actually, well, at that point, he was still just hypertensive. And so he got on medicine. And after the clinical trials, he ended up doing some other stuff, you know, like he was eating Chinese food every day.
Wow.
And then he was eating a lot of processed foods because he liked the Franks and the Spam. Oh my gosh, he was big in Spam. Okay, that's the most
Wow.
processed food you could ever even have.
Yes. The salt and
So
everything
he
is
was
on.
into all that, and come to find out that he did end up with kidney disease, you know, and he had to put him in the hospital. He had to go on kidney dialysis, and it was just so sad to see the progression. And the
Right.
thing was, even with I saw things were happening, and come to find out with that clinical trial, apparently, like maybe 6 months earlier, they said that they noticed things. I called, you know,
Right.
to find out
What was
did they
going
notice?
on?
Yeah, did they notice what was going on?
Right.
And they were like, well, yeah, we did find him a little disheveled and what have you. And I'm like, so y'all didn't decide to call the family and let anybody know? I was like, this is horrible. So you really got to be very much aware of what your family is doing, especially your parents
Exactly.
and what have you, because I don't know, sometimes they do regress a little bit, and you have to be the advocate.
Right.
You know, so even though I don't have no kids, so I'm going to tell my friends, my young people, you know, you better watch out for me and make sure. But I'm trying to keep my mind straight,
Yeah.
you know, so
Yeah.
there won't be no challenges with that. But, you know, you really got to be very careful. But I actually now have hypertension. But I don't
Wow.
think it was because of my, you know, family history. It was more
Stress?
like, no, my weight.
Wait,
You know,
okay.
I found that, you know, because before my pressure was so good, but then as I got, you know, bigger and bigger,
Right.
my weight,
It
then
it brought
my
it on.
pressure.
on
Yeah, and actually my doctor's so good because she's not the type of person who will put you on medication. I says, please, can I try with my diet,
Right.
okay? And it wasn't working for me, so I had to go on the medication. And I was on actually 3 medications at one point.
Wow.
Yeah, I was on 3 medications. So it was very intense, you know, but after I started losing weight and I had my surgery and I had some other things going on because I had a lap band surgery. And so things started happening and then I actually started using some beverages, some natural stuff, and things were like really, really good. And I came off of 2 of my blood pressure medicines. Not that I lost a
That's
lot
great,
of weight,
though.
but, you know,
good.
I just started, you know, adding some supplements. And I came off of 2. I'm on 1 now. They wanted to put me on cholesterol medicine. There was a lot of things going on, you know. But, you know, so right now I'm only on 1.
Cool.
And eventually I'll be getting off of that soon, as
Cool.
long as I get this weight off.
Right.
You
So,
know?
so what's like a diuretic?
Yeah, exactly.
like a water pill?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you did your homework.
Yeah.
Okay.
I found that we do have also natural diuretics.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people don't want, doctors don't want us to say it, whatever.
Right.
Like I found like lemon water is a
Really?
natural diuretic.
What about celery?
Oats, yep, celery,
Celery, yeah.
Brussels sprouts,
Right,
ginger, beets, apple cider vinegar,
Really?
cabbage, cranberry juice, eggplant, parsley, tomatoes, cucumbers,
Now, do you
watermelon.
Raw or
I would say raw
Yeah.
because when it's raw, it's always better for you
More
than if you
nutritious,
cook.
yeah.
Or steam it.
right?
you're gonna
right.
steam
Just like a
anything-
quick kind of, you know, you don't really want to do too much of it because it does take out the nutrients, you know, and the healthy. Because they do say that, you know, we had gone to Hawaii a couple of years back, and we ended up going to a whole lot of natural places to eat, and it was like phenomenal,
Yes.
phenomenal food, you know. And I was like, oh, I know New York has them, but guess what? Have I gone to one in New York, you know? it's crazy. But you do have to watch your food, you know. And
Right.
if you can do it naturally, why not do it naturally, you know?
Right.
So that's what I'm trying. I got the juicer now, and I got this other. What is it? The juicer is so much work though.
Yes, it is, because you have
Yeah.
to clean it.
Yeah, yeah. The juicer was so much work. So now I got the bullet. Then I also got this other one that Dr. Ian has advertised.
Right. I don't remember what it's called.
I don't remember what it is either, and I haven't even used it yet. But I'm planning to, you know. So
Good,
'cause
good.
I saw a young lady at came in because her eyes were very, very dark, and that's part of it. You know, toxic. Your body's so toxic. She came in. I said, "What are you doing?" She said, "Well, I was juicing. I was doing my little thing in the morning." I was like, "It shows. You know, it definitely shows because you
Right.
do have to treat your body right."
Yes.
You
It's the
know?
only body that you have.
Yeah, you
Right.
know. So what else about hypertension?
Well, I also found that prolonged hypertension, constantly having it, it damages your artery walls.
Right.
They become weak,
Right.
and they also can conform. What's it called? It's called a aneurysm.
Oh,
Aneurysms,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's because I've heard of people who has aneurysms. I said,
Right.
how do you get an aneurysm?
Yeah.
And it's from prolonged hypertension.
Yeah.
And yes, I was
Yeah,
like, wow. I was like, and also it could cause bleeding in your tissues,
Yeah,
and the small some tears in your artery walls. It can attract certain substances in your blood to form bad cholesterol and bad fat
Right.
to build up, and it
Right.
could cause clots,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is,
Yeah.
not
No,
not
real
not,
cool.
not good,
No.
and then it causes
leads to
strokes.
everything else. Yeah.
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 And it says strokes, heart
Yeah,
attacks,
yeah, yeah.
and then of course the kidney
And
disease.
kidney disease, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's just to tell you,
Right.
to try and keep it in check
Right.
as best as you can.
Well, they say that a lot of people, it's predisposed to certain folks and people of color. Okay, so the African Americans, and it's mostly Americans. Okay, Native Americans, Hispanic
Hispanics.
Americans. All of us that are here in the United States because we have such bad habits. Unfat. It's so so sad. I'm like, why do we have to have so? But it's like going to the fast food place. It's so easy, And I'm married, but it's just me and him, So we don't have the children. So it's so much easier to go and eat, and go and do our thing, and it's just so sad,
Yeah.
Well, we got a phone call. So
Excellent.
hold on 1 minute. Hi, welcome to Passion for Life with Dee and Friends. Who is on the phone, please?
Leslie?
Who?
Leslie.
Hi, Leslie. How you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
Very good. I'm glad you called in. So you have a comment for us?
Yes, actually, you guys were talking about the hypertension.
Yes, we are.
Yes. Boy, oh boy, you picked a really good subject, a really good topic, and I was just looking over some things regarding hypertension, and it's amazing how it's like at least 18 different things that I find that hypertension affects. That's negative.
Yeah.
I'm looking over some of the things, and it's unbelievable. I heard her saying in regards to, getting the aneurysms and different things of that nature.
Right.
And we suffer so much with the hypertension and not that knowledgeable about it. I think it's something that we all really need to learn a lot about, because it even affects men, women, children, you name it. Everybody's affected by this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, I went across and I found like 18 different things with artery damaging, and like you said, aneurysms. You can get an aneurysm in the kidney.
Right.
Coronary disease, enlarged heart failure, TIA, transient ischemic attacks.
Right.
They call that like a mini stroke.
Right, exactly.
Stroke. Even dementia, because because it will.
Yes, definitely,
Because
definitely.
the lack of blood and oxygen going to the brain.
Definitely,
So
definitely.
It will slow down your thinking, your speech, your
Yes.
reasoning, memory,
Yes.
vision.
Yes. Well,
Everything.
yeah, because
And,
it's like a uremia. My father, before he started with his dialysis, or no, there was a moment that he had dialysis, and he ended up getting uremic because he wasn't able to get dialyzed, and his body actually ended up getting so toxic because all the toxic stuff wasn't coming through his body, getting cleaned out of his blood. And it was so, you're talking, he looked like a babbling idiot. You know, he couldn't talk. He couldn't even, he didn't know what went down for about 2 or 3 days until he finally got dialyzed. You know, it was so scary. I didn't know what was going on initially, you know, and then I found out he had uremia.
Okay, and that's really, really, really serious, because when it gets to the point that it starts to affect the kidney, and matter of fact, high blood pressure is like one of the most common causes of kidney failure, because it can damage the large artery as well as the little teeny vessels that are within the kidney.
Right, right. You know what? We're going to have to take a quick break. Can you hold on, and we will be right back?
Sure.
Okay, so we're going to take a real quick break, and we'll be right back.
All right.
Okay.
My name is Dr. Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain. We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've been here for over 15 years. Vast array of diagnostic testing, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Cora is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an automobile accident. Stephanie has tight thoracic and cervical musculature, and Cora is doing some myofascial release work and some therapeutic stretching, doing it to help her with her pain. Vicky is also a patient here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. Vicky is now working her leg muscles, specifically her quadricep muscles, trying to strengthen them after an injury she sustained. If you find yourself in need of any type of physical therapy, please don't hesitate to call Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, located in Westbury, New York, in Suite 214. Phone number is 516-334-7000, or find us on our website at advancedmultimedicine.com.
For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. For
Hello, this is Passion. Welcome back to Passion for Life with Dee and Friends, and I'm Dee. And actually, we were joined with another friend. Okay, this is Aisha, And, well, you know, Theta.
Theta.
So, late again today, huh?
Hey, listen.
It's okay, it's okay.
Patience,
She had to pay the
patience.
bills.
Okay. And we have Leslie on the phone right
Hey,
now.
Leslie.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Good, good.
So, to catch you up, we're talking about hypertension,
Okay.
and we're leaning towards kidney disease.
All right.
Okay? So, I had told my story about my daddy, you know, a little bit, you know, what have you. And then Leslie was talking about a lot of people that are suffering with the hypertension. There's a lot of different diseases, a lot of different things that are causing this hypertension.
Okay.
Is that correct?
Yeah, all the things, all the different diseases actually that hypertension is causing.
Right.
Oh,
right.
it's
Yeah,
leading
it's-
to other
it's a lot.
diseases. Oh, wow.
Right. Now, we have like a third of Americans are actually pre-hypertensive, you know, which is kind of scary, you know. And I know we had discussed about the normals and what have you, you know, and then we talked about hypertension and leading towards stroke and heart disease and the kidney damage. And, you know, it starts a lot of times with like a headache, you know. And they call it sometimes it's just silent. Nobody really knows that it's happening to your
Yeah,
body.
that's why it's called the silent
You know,
killer.
yeah, you know. And it's kind of scary because you're walking around kind of half fogged sometimes, you know, and other times you just don't even know that you are going through anything, you know. I know with myself, I really didn't notice that I had going through hypertension or
Like the
anything like
symptoms
that.
are not really out there. It's obvious. You start to feel, I mean, unless you're in tune with yourself, you start to notice different changes. But usually if you go to your checkups, your doctor appointments, normally they'll do the blood pressure.
Yeah,
and
they do the blood pressure.
Yeah, and that's how they
Mhm.
can tell you, you know, they can keep track of how your pressure's been over time and then let you know if it's rising. You know.
Yeah,
Uh,
indeed.
Yeah.
Also, what I wanted to interject, did you know also that high blood pressure can also cause erectile dysfunction in men, and also it can cause issues and problems in women.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
The blood flow to the vagina,
Mhm.
it can cause bone loss, but because, you know, it starts to secrete large amounts of calcium
Wow, wow.
in
Well,
your urine.
yeah, well, that's what it is all about, you know, because there's deficiencies going on in your body that you're not giving your body the right minerals and the right supplements and the right things to keep your body at the right level. So yeah, so
And I have insomnia, and it's not even insomnia when you're having trouble sleeping sometimes because you can get sleep apnea. They're thinking now that sleep apnea is also a cause or an effect from hypertension.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, I can
Yeah,
believe
yeah.
that. I can believe that. Actually, I've suffered from sleep apnea. You know, it's like, hey, let's just. I've had my little instrument and gone to sleep. But again, you know, losing some weight, going on certain supplements, my sleep apnea, I probably do need to get retested. But it has. I noticed that
Decreased?
I sleep better.
Okay.
I do
Wow.
sleep better. I don't wake up as much
Much
as I
before.
used to or what have you, know,
Good.
because I used to not sleep at all. I wake up 4 or 5 times a night and what have you. And they say
Wow.
also that if you are like getting up and going to the bathroom a lot, you know, there's
That's a
That's a
sign?
problem.
yeah, that's a
Wow,
problem
okay.
too. Yeah.
Actually, it's a two-edged sword.
Yeah.
They're saying that obstructive sleep apnea is, you know that's a condition where you're snoring or your muscles are not relaxed or so forth and so on. But they're saying that the sleep apnea is triggered by high blood pressure.
Yeah.
And in the same turn, if you have sleep apnea, you have sleep deprivation.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
also can raise your blood pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe all that is definitely
Apnea is causing a blood pressure raise.
Yeah, yeah. So what do we have to do? And then what happens with all this, you know, with the hypertension and all that, it leads to kidney disease. So now you have kidney disease, and then you end up in, you know, well, either you have to have peritoneal dialysis or hemodialysis, and that's kind of crazy because, you know, your life is now not your own. You got to go to these centers and get, well, with the peritoneal, you have to get dialyzed at home, through your belly, 6 to 7 times a night or day, to keep your blood, at a certain level. And then dialysis, the kidney dialysis, which my dad did, he had to go 3 times a week.
That's to keep the blood
not cool.
clean,
Yeah.
the artery, it's not filtering the waste and the fluid from the blood as it should. So that's why they have to do the dialysis.
Exactly.
And also, if that's not taken care of properly, we're like she was saying with the aneurysms, you can get an aneurysm in the kidney and it can rupture. And it could be life-threatening. It causes internal bleeding.
Yeah, definitely. Well, and they treat you in the dialysis center, and that was one of my pet peeves, because I know when they go in, they don't ask them, how was your week? What were you doing? Did you have a lot of fluids? Blah, 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 this, that. They really need to ask, and treat each person as an individual, because if they don't do that, they start just taking fluids off, because it's a formula. A person is just a piece of cattle. You're coming in there, you're getting, what is it, milked, with your blood and what have you. It's very sad, because I know before my dad passed away, he was doing a lot better, and then they took him to dialysis, and he passed away.
Because they become desensitized, because they see this over and over numerous times a day,
all the
and
time.
they become desensitized. And
The
they have to
bedside
learn
manner is
to
bad.
continue whatever bedside manner they started when they first, entered into that profession. Because, a lot of people don't understand how much the mood and attitude and the outlook on things really affects the patients.
Yes.
This is true, and the thing is, but individually, if you find out that person did not have a lot of fluids, then you don't take any fluids off per se. You just make sure it goes through the cleansing. You have to really be very aware of what's going on with that individual. Because if you take too much fluid, then you're going to have a crisis, and because you're taking too much of the blood out, and you're causing, the person's body to go through some kind of problem.
Right.
Well, like you said earlier, you really, in this day and time, you really either have to be really knowledgeable about whatever it is that you're going through, or you have to have a real strong advocate.
Yeah,
Or
definitely.
who's going to be there on your behalf, You need a paraclete, somebody who's going to defend you,
Yeah, it's so we have to just be very conscious and be there for our people, for yourself, and be educated. And we have so many tools now to educate ourselves, So that's the most important thing. And then, try good things, try to make, a chance to go out there and actually go out and find natural things that might help you, because, with the salt and what have you, you need certain things. You need there's a lot of minerals, magnesium, calcium, copper. There's so many things that your body needs, to really sustain the most quality of life. But what happens is people don't, and you have to get it from food, and you have to get it from, different supplements. So you have to find what is going to work for your body, so.
That's how we have to have you continue with your shows, so that you can help make people aware. This is why you're
got
doing, and your point is so important. But, whether you realize how important you are right now, you really are.
I appreciate that. I really do. So, get the words out. We're going to have to take a quick commercial break. So, be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
Being a fireman is more than just putting out blazes and giving kittens CPR. Sometimes my duty demands I fan the flames, like when a call comes in from a lady who needs immediate assistance. Maybe she needs help with a computer thing. Maybe she wants to go antique. Could be as simple as understanding that walking in heels it's hard. Ou aussi simple que l'été dernier à Paris. C'est sympa. Maybe it's ladies' night in, and she wants a simple, delicious recipe for margaritas with a twist. First, a can of limeade. Now hold on to this, you'll be using it. Side note, Kittens make everything better. Next, add water. Now, a bottle of light beer. No, shh. Trust me, I'm a professional. And last, and most important, Sauza Blue Tequila. Now, mix it up. Ole. Yes, that's what I'm trained for. Whether it's to help her choose leggings or pants, telling her leggings are pants, or discussing leggings and jeggings versus pant pegging at her next ladies' night in, I'll come to the rescue. Don't call me a hero. Just call me. Let me know what time.
Welcome back to Passion for Life with Dee and Friends. And I'm here with my friends, Theta
And Aisha.
and Aisha, and then we have Leslie over on the phone. So, hey, so what were we just discussing?
Hypertension.
Hypertension,
Okay.
kidney disease.
All the effects that hypertension can cause, from kidneys to eye damage, nerve damage, neuropathy, you name it, the whole spectrum.
This is so true. And you know what? People don't realize what's going on, you know, that they have to really listen to the body. That's what we were talking about earlier, you know, in terms of hear what's going on. Because I know when I was going, you know, like you notice your ankles are swelling.
Right.
Or you notice that your hands are swelling, and then you have the sleep apnea, or you're waking up so many times at night, and you know certain things you kind of say, well, you know what? Okay, I think I need to go to the doctor or find out what's going
There's signs
on.
that we're noticing, but we're being naive about it. We're too scared. We know that there's
Right.
changes and it's abnormal, but if you look at what's happening, at least just check it out. I mean, you could prevent it getting extreme where you end up dying from something.
Yeah.
You know, it's better to know than not know.
No, not no. Right.
And people are scared of
And a
that.
lot of people are afraid of not getting quality health care.
And then
Yeah.
they fail to
Because
realize
not
that.
getting quality health
Exactly.
care, and you know that deters them from going, you know, to the doctors to find out what's going on, and then the cost of the medications. So that's why it takes me back to what Dee was saying about the natural remedy. Because if you think back years and years ago, or you know, Dee, when we were growing up and different things like that,
Yeah.
you know, our parents, you know, had little remedies and different things, home remedies and stuff like that they would do
Yeah.
to help.
Yeah.
And I mean, God put all of these things on the earth, all these plants and different things on the earth for a reason.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly.
Right.
Well, you know, it's so funny because my grandmother, she lived to 101, and I always talk about her. And what happened was, whenever she would go to the doctor, they tell her, okay, you got a little high blood pressure. So she cut back with her diet. You know, she's like, okay, well, then what do I have to do? You know, and that's what she did. And she didn't have to go on any kind of medication. She passed away, and she was on 1 aspirin a day, and she was using a natural supplement, and that was it. You know, so she lived such a good life and for so long. You know, diabetes, the same thing. You know, it's like all of a sudden, you know, you're like, okay, okay, I got a little sugar. So, okay, what do I do? So she just cut back, and she did the right thing. You know, so her body actually just curbed what she told what she's supposed to do. You know, she listened to her body, and she made sure she did what she's supposed to do, and she lived a
Exactly.
good, strong life. You know,
Right. Yep.
and that's what I want to do. I want to live a strong life. You know, even though I'm starting at a little deficit, but it's okay. You know, yeah, we can catch up.
You can still get there. You can still get there.
Right.
Yeah, with my
It's not
friends.
too late. Not too late.
So I really appreciate you calling in and sharing so much with you. And you have to come out again, you know, and be here in the studio with us next time.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. You all keep up the good work. I love the show. I love what it is you're doing there, and I will be there to support you.
Okay,
Thank you.
excellent. Yes, thank you so much, and appreciate everything.
Good night,
Okay,
Leslie.
no problem. I'll be in touch.
Okay, take care. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay,
Good
bye.
night.
So, we're,
About to wrap it up.
well, we still got 10 minutes, but
But soon.
I know. It's like time just flies. We're having
I
such a
know.
good time.
Yes.
You know,
Yes, most
it's just
definitely.
sharing, well, the information is so important to people.
But you know what's the bad thing too is people, if they don't go to the doctor, or if they do and they get a diagnosis, you know, they also need to be self-educated as well. And I don't like to admit it, but the internet is a great source for
It
information. It can be overwhelming, but with knowing what you have, at least from the doctor standpoint, it'll help you guide yourself to following up with natural stuff that's out there that no one really, the doctor won't even give you the medication that is probably suitable, that's natural.
Right.
So you can take his diagnosis and say, okay, thank you, I know what I have. Go on the line, do your research. There are guidelines, dietary guidelines, which is not, you know, from the doctor standpoint, this is from dietitians.
Right,
so you have
right, right.
dietary guidelines on how to eat properly.
Right.
And of course, they all include fruits and vegetables and fiber.
Right,
So
right.
it's not like it's bizarre to go and change your diet and your lifestyle. I mean, the food is there. It's just making the healthier choices.
Right, right.
So the sources are available to those who are looking into it. If they don't look into it, then that's just like wasted information that's just going
Yeah.
with the wind. You
So
know?
some people just don't want to change. They just
No.
rather they are into
believe
their
that too.
doctor, and that's law. I don't care what you say. My doctor didn't tell me to do that, and I don't care what you say. I'm going to tell you a story. When I was like 16 years old, I was like late teens, early 20s. I had a urinary tract infection. I did not know what it was. I never had it before. So I said, okay, I could not get to my regular doctor, but I said I have to find somebody. So I went through the directory, found the doctor. I went to this doctor. She said, oh, you have a urinary tract infection. I said, oh, don't cranberry juice help that? This is what I'm thinking. So she writes me this prescription. So I said, supposing I take go to the health food store, not get Ocean Spray, and just do hardcore cranberry juice. Wouldn't that help? She says, don't
Absolutely
take that.
not,
Don't
right?
take that. That's nasty. That is not good for you. Fill this prescription. This is better for you. I said, okay, thank you very much. Went to the health food store, got my cranberry juice pills, the hardcore, unadulterated cranberry juice. I was straight. So I knew from then, I'm not going to, pollute my body with something that can't synthesize. I'm made from dust. Everything that is going to help us that's made from dust, it's compatible with our bodies. So when you put chemicals in our bodies are foreign object, reject. And
That's
so,
all that's a side
so
effect
you
stuff
put that
again.
in there, you get a side effect. I have a side effect, now I have this. So the doctor gives you another prescription. So now you're doped up on pills and it
you're having something
graduates.
going
So
on.
it's a toxic endless
Yeah,
cycle when
yeah.
you just go to one source and you keep doing the same thing. Like, he's not telling you how to change it.
No.
He just keeps saying, okay, try this for a few days and try this.
They don't really know what's
No.
working,
Right.
and that's the sad thing. And
But
you know
I'm pretty
that
sure they know what caused it. You
no,
know?
half the
sometimes
time they
they
don't.
don't.
Yeah,
Well,
unfortunately.
depending on if it's like a dietary issue.
Well, you know what? So many things right now because of the toxicity of the foods, the toxicity
Well, yeah.
of the medicines,
compete with those.
the syntheticness, and because they're making things that you don't know.
So we're
Well,
basically at their mercy.
your body does not recognize it. Okay, so your body doesn't recognize it. So now your body's going to try to fight. This reaction. It's like, okay, it's doing an immune response. It's doing what it's supposed to do. Your body's trying to fight now this foreign thing that's coming in your body. So now, okay, what's going on? Well, you're going to have the side effect. So, but now people are rather take the medication, spend a whole lot of money on medication, rather than, okay, well, a natural supplement that might actually do you better and might cost a little money, but you know what? If I can go with the natural and go rather than or some organic foods, because guess what? You really got to go to the organic foods and spend a little extra money on the organic foods, because guess what? You have the GMOs that are in the corn
Right.
and in the soy and everything.
Yeah.
You got to read.
And how they grow it and
the
how they
soy
do it.
actually causes all these reactions in your body, and it's just scary. So you got to be real conscious. And
Do your research. Do just look into it, because some people even they're skeptical about organic stuff too. And if that's the case, fine. Then there's local farmers markets in a lot of
This
areas.
is true. This is
If
true.
you want to speak with them, I mean, there's places you can go to that have the farms. I mean, they're more upstate, but you can do your research and find it if you're wondering, like, oh, if it's really organic or not. Well, go to the source. There's farmers who don't mind if they have fields.
Yeah.
There's locations that I'm becoming more aware of now. You
Yeah.
can drive to.
Right, right.
Pick your own stuff.
Well, they have these herbs, these dried herbs. I was on actually Chella and Body Mechanic on the Body Shop TV, and oh my gosh, they had this person that had these herbs from I think it was one of the countries.
Honduras?
No, it was from Jordan. From
Jordan.
Jordan.
Oh, from Jordan.
And I was trying them, and you can season your foods with it, and it was in substitute from salt. You know, there's things that will
Yes.
you
Yeah,
can
there is.
use that will just flavor your food so wonderfully,
Yeah.
and you don't,
Just
you know,
like
it's
what-
it is true, you know, and it will help your body. But you know,
Overseas diet is so much better.
it's so.
I was just in Greece and I was like in love.
Oh my
That
gosh.
food, oh my goodness, the
But we have to almost go to
gotta
an
go.
end. We're talking about good food now too. But so,
time to eat.
so we have anything planned for next week, or the week coming up, or anything special?
I don't know. I'm forgetting. I'm throwing off like, what?
Well, I got some stuff. I always got something. I just like, hey.
So what you got going on?
Actually tonight we're going out. We're going to go
Oh yeah, she's
celebrate a
stealing
little
me to
bit,
go
you
out.
know. Yes, come on out. And we're going to enjoy a little bit. And then actually next week there is a couple of events. I'm doing a health fair. You know, it's actually an awareness over at one of the schools over in Queens. I have to get the address, but it's on Saturday morning on the 25th.
Okay.
So I'll get the address and I'll share with everybody. And then that evening, I'm going to a sickle cell play. And
A play?
yeah.
With actors and
Marlene.
actresses?
25th.
Yes,
Yes.
it's a dinner play.
Oh,
And
okay.
so
Okay.
that's going to be real cool, you know. So
Okay.
I got a few things going. And then during the week, we have this massage thing that the Body Shop TV is doing. So that's on Monday in Syosset.
Okay.
So, there's a couple of things. And
It's good. I can.
wow.
I haven't had the.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, you can bring the baby on Monday, but and then next week we're gonna be discussing what were we discussing? You might
next
not be
week?
here.
No.
Yeah, you're not gonna be here.
HIV and
HIV,
and AIDS.
yeah, and AIDS, and then
Hopefully Ebola.
we'll talk a little bit about Ebola,
Maybe
you
the
know,
retro-
and
intro.
enteroviruses. But you
I
know,
definitely will be watching.
Okay,
I'll be
you
watching.
better be. You know, you
yeah.
can better call in.
Well, this time I can call in.
Okay.
It was a praise
okay.
dance thing last
Okay,
week, so I
okay.
ran over.
Yeah, we missed you.
I know.
We
I miss
did.
you guys.
We always
Yeah.
miss you, Mama.
Yeah.
We miss
you
being
know,
here, so
It's all good.
Yes.
But we're gonna have to say goodbye soon.
we feel so sad.
Yeah. And like Leslie was saying, that we do want to be here giving out this information.
we need sponsors.
We need sponsors.
Lots of
you know,
sponsors.
and in order to, you can give us a call at what is it? 917-579-5221.
I'll write that down.
And that's 917-579-5221. You can always call the station also. The number was on the screen for this whole time.
And Dee has a Facebook page.
And I do have a Facebook page. What is my Facebook page?
Passion for Life.
Passion for Life. Oh, yes, with Dee and friends. And you can always, friend us.
comments,
and
like
comments
us.
and what have you. And then you can also see us, and tell your friends, okay, you missed the live show, but then you can watch us in Memorex, and you can watch us on Ustream and YouTube, Passion for Life. Okay, so check us out, and we will be back next week and sharing some more good stuff. So.
Are we done?
No, we're not done yet. Oh, no, we got 3 more minutes.
All righty, ready?
Okay, we're good. So, Passion for Life with Dee and friends. Enjoy and have a great night,
Good night.
week.